Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Aftermath. My name is Ian, and I'm joined by Dylan. And this week, we have Ethan with us.
I'm back.
Finally back, baby.
Like I never even left.
This week, in case you guys hear a little ambiance,
Kerblam.
a little ambience, we have, it's like the first time we've actually recorded a podcast, and it's like a legitimate thunderstorm outside.
Oh yeah, it's pouring
It's
down.
pouring. So if you hear any loud booms, sorry about that. But
It's just us, don't worry.
yeah, just smashing stuff
It's
around
just
here.
us, yeah, just kicking crap around. Just making an absolute mess of things.
Of
If we're
course.
able to stay focused, we just break something every, like 5 minutes?
Yeah. Every 15, 25 seconds, I just start kicking things till
Yeah.
something makes a loud bang. And then
I give it a solid 3.5.
It works really well.
Yeah. Yeah. So you've been kind of we've all been kind of busy in our own different ways this past week. So
Yeah.
it's just been
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's been fun.
I've been working all the days that we.
All the live long.
Although
day.
I'm not doing night shift anymore.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm on days only now, but I've been working all the days that we do this, and so
Damn.
I haven't been able to sit down
Oh,
and record.
yeah.
There it is, kerplay.
Yeah, you
Sorry,
go.
guys, just kicking stuff. Sorry.
Yep.
So I haven't really had the chance to sit down, watch a movie, and record anything.
Yeah. Well, this week we actually watched a very long one.
Yeah, I wasn't told that it was 2 hours 59 minutes long.
I didn't know it was that long.
I mean, I actually really enjoyed every second of it, so I don't really care that it
Good.
was long.
Dylan, it was first time watching this movie, right, Dylan?
Yes. You guys want to know how I heard about this movie?
Yeah.
It was...
It's regarded as one of the best movies of all time. I looked it up, and that's
Oh,
what
wow.
people were saying.
Well, didn't they say the same thing about Cool Hand Luke?
Yeah, they did, but
Of course.
This one, when you Google it, it says that there's a scene in the movie that's regarded as one of the best stunt scenes in the movie in history, and also it's regarded as one of the best movies of all time.
Really?
It's among the list. Greatest movie ever filmed or some crap like that. Like it. I looked it up to see if it was actually based on a true story, like it said, and I found the book, and yeah, I ended up finding it, and I was just sitting here like. So,
Damn.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was a budget of $3.8 million, box
Damn.
Oh,
office
wow.
of $12 million. So
Wow.
good job. That was in
Pretty
1960s as well, 1960s money. So big difference.
Hot
Yeah.
damn.
Very big difference.
But,
Anyways, as you were saying, Dylan.
Yeah, I had heard about this from Metal Gear Solid 3.
Really?
Yes.
How is it mentioned in MGS3?
There is... Okay. Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
Okay.
Lord.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, Lord.
So...
Welcome
He
to the next
just-
episode of the Aftermath. We actually go in depth on Metal Gear Solid lore because
You missed
we
it.
could have 10 episodes of this.
Dylan actually just found a seatbelt and buckled himself in before he was able to tell us this.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to have to. This is going to be a very shoddy retelling of the premise of the game.
We don't have a
because
long
that's
time.
where I have to
we don't have a
start.
long time.
That's where I have to start. Fuck you. So,
So there was this game called Metal Gear Solid.
made by Hideo Kojima.
So there's a solid snake and a liquid snake. Okay?
Yes. And
But there's
there
no-
is a Solidus
But there's
snake.
no gas snake.
Nope. No gaseous
No
snake.
gaseous snake, no plasma snake.
Nope.
Damn it.
No, none of them. So it starts off with Naked Snake, soon to be Big Boss, infiltrating, I believe it's somewhere in Russia.
And how does this mention the movie?
Well, if you give me a moment.
Oh, I was giving you a moment, but there was a pause there, like that was. All
I'm
you were gonna
I'm
say.
putting it all together in my head, okay? I'm not a good storyteller.
All right.
So, one of your advisors, Major Zero, or Major Tom, as he's referred to in the mission, elaborates on his name to Snake by mentioning the Great Escape and how he took the name from one of the tunnels they used.
Oh,
wow.
wow.
Okay, that's
Nice.
cool. All right, that's neat.
Yeah. It was really
Pretty
cool.
neato.
And Snake gets like invested and tries to find out which tunnel they used to escape through and if Tom was the one.
Oh,
No,
damn.
it was
It's
Harry that
fucking-
they escaped through.
The
Right.
sky is falling outside.
Yeah, so Snake is
All right,
asking
chicken
like all
bone.
of his other advisors, like, how does the movie end? Do you know? It's like, I don't. You'll just have to watch it.
Yeah, they escaped through Harry. At least, in the real life account. I don't know which one that they did in
Yeah.
the movie, but yeah, I thought it was really good.
I definitely got some Cool Hand Luke vibes.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
it's basically filmed in probably the same.
Same time
Time
period,
frame.
same as a prison camp. I mean,
Yeah.
it's got the vibes. Which is probably why I liked it so much. I thought it was a really good movie. But I just like how the second they were in there, they look for a way out. The
Oh,
very
yeah,
second
just
those
sizing
guys
up the joint.
stepped in the biggest camp yet, they're just like, okay, they look at the guards, and the guards are like, are you actually already escaping? And he's like, I'm going to throw this ball a couple times. Barbed wire? Okay, standard. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He picks up the dirt. He's like, weak sauce. I could dig through that. Like, the very second he's in there, and then
Yeah.
the first day, they all get into some ill stuff, and guess what? He's already in solitary for like 15 days.
Yep.
Like,
I mean, hey, if you're a prisoner of war,
yeah, no, what else you could do to pass the
exactly.
time? You know, he
Right.
had a great time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I really enjoyed that.
I thought it was fun. I like the fact that, like, okay, well, first of all, I love like the 60s, 50s, 60s kind of like aesthetic.
Yeah.
The big cars, the cool clothes, dude. Everyone's got like a hat. Everyone's kind of smoking a cigarette every now and then. It just has that cool, like, I just love that. Again, it ties into the whole noir vibe that we talked about last week when we were talking about the Big O. It has that same sort of noir kind of vibe I really love. Smooth jazz type deal.
Oh, yeah.
But like I love, on a funny note, I love that of course in the, I guess it's the 60s or so, they have those big cars that you can't miss. And when I tell you that
They're made of all metal, so they're heavy as balls.
Oh,
these
yeah.
guys come whipping around corners with these little tiny tires and these heavy ass cars, and they start like deep 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 like skipping across the ground because they're just so heavy and getting off the two wheels. I'm like, man, it's so good.
That dude slipping
Almost
around on the
cartoonish.
motorcycle was
Oh, yeah.
amazing.
Oh, so
it
fun.
was so cartoonish watching that guy slip around that motorcycle.
Yeah,
So it was just like, this man's just getting loose.
oh yeah,
Like
he's cutting
there's no
loose.
traction at all.
Nah, he's having a fun
I feel
time.
like honestly, he was like panicking, like turning around and then turning around again. I was like, I feel like he's just having a fun time doing donuts. This thing, 'cause he's just getting loose
Yeah.
and sliding.
I think
around.
he's not gently applying the accelerator. He's going full hog.
That
He's
is
like,
probably
"Wah."
dealing with
No,
nothing
yeah,
but
no.
like morning dew
Oh, of
whenever he's
course,
not
yes,
on a
yes.
road.
Yeah, and also
Exactly.
Mama ain't raised no bitch. He just escaped from a
Yeah,
prisoner of
full
war camp,
sin.
so he's just
Right.
like, man, I've been sending this since I was born.
Yeah.
So,
But on a real note, though, I love also like that there is like a level of respect between like both sides to a certain degree. Obviously,
Right.
there's a bit of shit talking and a bit of like, you know,
There's not much respect
yeah,
for Nazis to offer.
there's also
Exactly.
it's not really respect. I believe it's called the Geneva Convention.
I mean, I guess you're right, but
That's
That's
the
probably
problem.
the only reason.
but what I'm saying is that there's still like a, I don't know. I'm probably using the word respect wrong, but I think it's just a, I don't know. There is a obeying of like the chain of command to a certain degree of like certain things. I think
yeah,
it's really
'cause
cool.
it's not. This isn't an internment camp. This isn't a
Yeah.
freaking what's it called? A concentration camp.
Mhm.
So it's like they picked the highest ranking officer, and they were like, all right, we're. Me in charge is talking to highest ranking officer. You talk to all the lemmings. I don't
Yeah,
want
exactly.
So then they set up a chain of
They'll
command.
listen
but
to
they're
you,
Still,
yeah.
They're still I just like how the second that guy gets in there. Well, not the second in command, Roger. The actual chain of command guy stayed there with the cane.
Mm-hmm.
But Roger, as soon as he gets there, another thing I wrote down was that his first line whenever he's talking to someone, he shakes their hand. He's like, "How's it going?" And he again, first thing out of his mouth is he says, "Yep, just got in here. How long you guys been here?" And he's like, "I've been here for like a day or just first day or whatever."
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "All right, cool. What's this one like?"
What's this one like?
I was like, yeah, my God, this man's escaped from so many camps. He's like, what's this one like? Is it like Camp B or Camp C? I don't know.
And then of course his response, the other guy's response was like, "This one's different."
Yeah, it's brand new.
Yeah.
Brand new, fresh, cleaned.
Yeah.
So, and then it follows the true story, the real life story of some homies getting in the hard as nails POW camp.
Mm-hmm.
And then they decide that instead of just doing weak sauce escapes, they're going to all get together and they're going
Make
to
a
get 250
great one.
people. I hate you. They're going to do a 250-man escape where instead of just doing little people escaping one at a time, because like it's understood that people are constantly escaping on their own
Mm-hmm.
and like trying to escape. So like they have group efforts, but everybody they like separate themselves into smaller groups because you just got to all do your own thing
Yeah.
to try
But
to
then
make it work. But this guy's like,
that
we're
guy
going to have
Robert comes along.
one coordinated effort. We're gonna try and get 250 people out, and he's like, "That's a ridiculous number."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yep, well, we're gonna get them bored. We're gonna take our time. We're gonna do it. We're gonna dig 3 tunnels, Tom, Dick, and Harry, and then if they find one, we're just gonna start using the other. We're gonna dig all of them at the same time, and it's gonna take a long time But then if they find one, then we still have 2 well-developed tunnels that we're going to use to get out of here. The idea was that
smart.
they're going to dig. 2 of them go parallel to each other, and one of them goes in the opposite direction to a different tree line. Plan was they dig it all the way to the tree line. They pop out into the trees in the forest, and then they all go separate directions. Some people hop on trains. Some people just run off into the boats and stuff. Some people are going to like other kind of like customs things or whatever. Like everyone's trying to find a different way out, because then their goal was either to get out and mess everybody up there at the prisoner of war camp, or was to make as much of a havoc as possible and just distract all of Germany with these people that are being just running amok among their cities, which is exactly what happened.
That's crazy, dude.
So eventually, I think 1 or 2 of the tunnels get caught, and Harry was the tunnel that got used to be escaped, but it was just shy of the tree line.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of how it
20
goes.
20 feet short, they said.
Yeah, so it's just, if you look up pictures of it, you can see it is just like outside the tree line. You can just like see a little sprint distance. The movie does that pretty good justice, I think. And I like when they first start digging the hole, everyone's like trying to do things. Just one guy mopping up. Basically what they do is he like puts everything back down under the drain, and then he like seals it off with some like putty and stuff, and then a guy just pours a bucket of water in there to cover up the fact that they just put the sealant there on it, and then just starts mopping the floor next to the drain, and the guards are like, "What's everybody doing in here in this area?" And the guy's like, "Oh, I'm just mopping up, man." And he looks at the second guy who's taking a shower, and he says,
"What are you doing?"
He says, "I'm just, gotta take a shower, man." Guy runs off, and then there's a third guy just standing there, just leaning on the bar, and he says, "And you?" And he was like, I'm watching him. I'm a lifeguard." And I was like, this man just said, "I'm watching the guy taking a shower. Big deal." I was like, that man has no fear. And he was like, "Get out." All right, okay, fine.
All right.
So good.
Oh, man. So one of my favorite characters is the guy who, I'll go on ahead and say my favorite character then, because I just realized I did. But the guy who the first day he's in the camp does dumb stuff and then proceeds to crap talk the main guy in charge, and is like, "There's going to be 10 days in the fridge," or whatever they call it.
The cooler.
The cooler, that was it. Yeah, they call it the cooler.
I believe his nickname was the Cooler Master?
The Cooler King.
Cooler King.
Yeah, and so they're like, because he just loved it. He just stayed in the cooler. He was like, "Man, whatever." So
I'm a cool guy.
he's like, "It's going to be 10 days in the..." Oh, blam!
Good Lord.
There we go.
Damn.
Well, this will be the final episode, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed listening.
Right. They're coming for us.
The sky is falling.
So, but yeah, he's like, "That's going to be 10 days in the cooler," for whatever the guy's name was. And he like points to his uniform and says, "That's going to be captain to you." And the guy says, "We're going to make it 20. And he was like, "Okay." And he just walks off, right? And that dude breaks out and then keeps digging holes and everything. Eventually, long story short, his partner in crime kind of is breaking and is getting too much cabin fever, and he ends up trying to just freak out, and the guy couldn't stop him, so he just tries to climb over the fence, and they couldn't stop him, and he got shot on while trying to climb over the fence. So then the guy was like, "Well, instead of just leaving on my own, I'm gonna actually help." So then he escapes, does a survey of the area around the camp, and then gets recaptured on purpose, sits in the cooler, gets out, and is like, "I've got your intel." But,
so at the end of the movie, did he make it out alive?
No, that guy got recaptured.
And then was he part of the 50 that didn't make it?
No, he got recaptured. Like, he's in the camp.
Like at the very end.
Yeah.
At the very end,
okay, I remember.
he gets his handcuffs off, and he looks at the new leader in charge. He's like, "How can I make your life hell?"
Yeah.
That guy. Yeah. So, which that is the end of the movie. That basically, well, I guess before we get to the very end, let me see if I have everything else down between there. Oh yeah. So in his second escape with the mole, he's like talking to the people in charge, and they're like, "We have a coordinated escape we're doing. We don't want you escaping and making him havoc." And he's like, "Well, I'm doing it anyway."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Well,
how about I do anyway?"
If absolutely nothing happens for the whole time, they're going to know we're doing something, and they're going to start, "Oh my."
All right. That's strike number 2.
They're getting closer.
Yep, third time's the charm.
All right, homies. Which one of you guys lost a bet with Zeus?
Nah, I didn't.
Come clean.
Was it me?
Oh, yeah, sure it wasn't. Okay,
I didn't lose a bet, but I challenged him to a fight. Is that enough?
Well, did you specify a time
tune in
and place,
next time.
He's coming.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, wait, is it the 8th? Damn it.
Rip you. And us, apparently.
That's okay, I got it.
It's fine. Man,
I learned
I'm just built different. I can handle Zeus.
I learned a thing or two from the dark side of the force. It's all good.
Right. So basically he's like, I'm going to do it. And they're like, well, if we don't have people trying to escape, they're going to know something's up and they're going to search even harder and they're going to find our tunnels that we're digging. So they're like, let him. What are you going to do? And he's like, well, we're going to dig a hole as soon as we get in the little blind spot, and then we're going to cover the dirt behind us. I'm going to let him dig like a little mole, and I'm just going to keep packing the dirt behind us so that they never find us. And he was like, how are you guys going to breathe? And as if it is like not even abnormal, he's like
common practice.
Yeah, as if it's totally normal. He's like, I got a steel pipe that I'm just going to keep jabbing up into the surface so that I can get some air holes, and then I'm going to keep taking it back out and jabbing it up again to make little holes on the way through. And then he's like, but he doesn't even say that like it's abnormal. He just says it like that and then just nods off and is like, have a good one, and leaves. Right? Yeah. So then all the guys look at each other like, how did we not think of that yet? How has nobody thought of this yet?
Decently brilliant.
Right. So he does that. They get caught, thrown back in the cooler, rip.
Covered in dirt.
And then so then when the escape happens, at the
big
end,
one, the great one.
Yeah, one would call it the great. They're all dressed up. They're all in clothes. All this cool stuff.
Nice little civvy outfits.
Yeah. They've all got some uniforms. And everybody has different things for what they want to do. And they are going through the big tunnel that they have dug out. They find out they're 20 feet shy. So they're not actually in the jungle like they wanted to be. So they have to make a break for it to get to the trees. They on the fast quick, they make up a plan for like how they're going to get through when the people aren't paying attention. And then an air raid siren goes off. And so then they just turn off all the lights in the camp so that the camp isn't, obviously noticeable to get bombed. So then power's cut to the camp, and then all of their underground power they had wired through light bulbs is no longer working. So then there's people in the tunnel that are claustrophobic now, and they're freaking out.
Can I just say, I've always heard the term air raid siren, and I've known what an air raid siren is before, and I've always heard it in conjunction with bombings of some kind. Yeah. But it's one of those words that never correlated in my head the right way.
Oh, really?
And so, like, the guys are like, it's an air raid siren. And I was like, yeah, duh. And, of course, everyone's like, they're going to cut power. And, of course, I'm like, why? Because I thought that, like, it was an air raid for some kind of, like a weather warning or something for some reason. I don't know why. And it wasn't connecting in my brain. And then Ethan was like, no, it's an air raid. And I was like, oh, duh. I was like,
there's fucking bombs about to be coming.
This is a war zone.
Then you can hear explosives happening and all that.
It's a raid from the air. And I was like, oh, duh. So.
Yeah. And so they...
I was like, I felt so dumb in that moment. I was like, I have said that word 100 times and just never really put two and two together.
That's okay, Ian. We forgive you.
Yeah. So they cut power to the camp. People are claustrophobic underground. And then...
Poor old Danny.
And it's really... I wrote down in my notes, I said, in my note I put, I know it's real life because classic air raid and shit hitting fan.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Because they were 20 feet shy of what they wanted to be. The air raid goes off. People have claustrophobia suddenly, which they get. So the guy who was digging the tunnels is like just now breaking, and then the lights go off, so he's flipping his freaking absolute mind.
Yeah.
So like.
I believe you said Murphy's Law at that moment.
Everything that can go wrong is going wrong.
Yes,
and it's
all
like
at the same time.
Perfect. They're just trying to make stuff work, and then it ends up being out of the. Well, in the movie they say 250, and they say like 60 something, but in real life, out of the proposed 220 people that wanted to escape, 76 made it out.
Wow, that's crazy, dude.
And 76 made it out, and they all went their separate ways. 50 of of that number, like I think it was 73 ended up being recaptured. 50 of them were brought up to some hill somewhere and were executed, which was against the Geneva Convention.
Yeah.
And then the remaining 3, 2 of them got out on a boat and found a ship somewhere, and they managed to get out. And then one of them was able to make his way to France somehow and met up with the resistance who helped him get to Spain. And so
he chose the smart way. That guy was like, I'm not going through. He took a bike.
He stole a bike,
and he just went the slow way. He's like, I'm not going to go on a train. I'm not going to go on a boat. I'm just going to just jolly old stroll down my way to France.
So, and I believe, so apparently, this is a little bit of fun lore that I found from just Googling. Apparently, there was a 3-year search for the people who killed the 50, and this whole movie and the book that was written, this movie's based off of, is dedicated to the 50 who were killed against the POWs that were killed against the Geneva Convention. It was a 3-year search from the Royal Air Force trying to find the people who killed them. And then I don't know if that ends in them finding them or not, but apparently that was a 3-year search. And then I also found a little fun fact that he named the tunnels Tom, Dick, and Harry, and Roger. He named the tunnels Tom, Dick, and Harry, and said that he threatened to what was it exactly? He threatened something like big against everybody, like whenever they escape, like threatened something big against all of them. If they even use the word tunnel. They had to refer to the tunnels as their names, and that was it. They could not use the word tunnel in the camp.
Yeah, that's smart.
So I thought that was pretty neat as well. But yeah. Who is your favorite character? Mine was, like I said, the guy who was in the cooler the whole time.
I love the swagger of Henley.
Oh yeah.
I mean he was like that stereotypical
The scrounger.
The scrounger. He was just like the stereotypical like
oh yeah,
like
he was cool. Yeah.
50s and 60s guy, grease back, dark hair, has like the chiseled jawline. It's like just that guy who's just
he was a good character.
Oh yeah.
This is just the way it is. And I'm like, dude.
Shit, you're right.
I just want to be as cool as that guy. Yeah, so, but I liked him. I did like the Cooler King. I forgot what his name was.
I know it was played by Steve McQueen.
Oh, yeah. I thought his character was really cool. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the same guy who played Cool Hand Luke. I could be wrong about that, but it felt very similar.
It did seem familiar. I don't think it was.
And I don't think it was, but it just had the same kind of like blonde hair, kind of, you know what it is, kind of like personality type kind of guy. I like the gusto of Robert as well.
Oh yeah,
the captain guy. Like he walks in there and is like, "Here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna gather everybody up together and we're gonna get them all out at once." And everyone's like, "Wait, what?" And he's like, "Trust me." Kind of like the first guy to come in and shake up the batch, and everyone's like, I mean, I'm cool with it.
Top X.
Yes. Yeah. Anyways, sorry, what was you saying?
My favorite character was Danny, the Tunnel King.
Yeah, he's a good character. I liked his character because it was real. He was like, my entire life I've been actually scared of this stuff, and they're like, "How you've dug 17?" He numbers all of.
He's having a freaking breakdown.
He numbers all of his tunnels, and he numbered at the beginning of the movie. He numbered this number 17. So he's just done so many tunnels, and they're like, "What do you mean you're scared of tunnels?" And he was like, "I am, but I just swallow my fear and I dig to get over it. I dig." And he was like, "But this is the problem is now." This tunnel, like I've done all of this, and if this is the last one, if everything goes wrong, this is my tunnel, and then I could die, and everyone else could die. And it's catching up with him now. Right?
I don't blame his character. Like and after it collapsed on him, and
it collapsed on him once. You saw it happen a few times, and he said he's good, but he mentioned in the movie that it collapsed on him a lot, and it collapsed on other people a lot.
Yeah.
That was
but it was just that one in particular he was like having to drag himself out of. At least the movie showed us. It's like that was kind of a change for him. It's like, dude, I can't
do this anymore.
I can't do this anymore. It's I can't keep doing this.
Yeah,
it's like I can do this for so long, but there's a point where it's like.
Reaching my limit here.
Exactly. It's like you only have a handful of near-death experiences before you're like, maybe
I should throw in the towel.
Maybe I should just not.
It's like,
let me leave this for the young folk
who
who want to die.
Right.
Danny was the one who got stuck in the tunnel with the lights out and started freaking out, but also he's trying to get his way out of the tunnel in the middle of the escape that's being planned. He's trying to get out of the tunnel and back against the flow of people coming out.
While the air raid's going on.
People were trying to stop him. And he's like, listen, I dug this tunnel. I got buried in this tunnel. Yeah. I've been in it more than anybody else. Whenever I want to go, I leave. And then he starts leaving. Everyone's like, you know what? Good point.
Okay.
Good point. Straight
get him out of here. Get him out of here.
There you go.
Straight facts. Let him out. So here's what I was trying to find. The operation was so secretive that everyone was to refer to each tunnel by its name. Bushell took this so seriously that he even threatened to court-martial anyone who even uttered the word tunnel aloud.
Hell yeah.
Jeez.
I may not have any authority inside this camp, but so help me God, the second we all get out of here.
Right.
I've got you.
I've got you.
You're on the fucking list.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. Harry was dug, and Hut 104 was the tunnel ultimately used for the escape. Dick was in the shower room of Hut 122. That's what I was talking about, and had the most secure trap door.
That seems a little like foul play.
What do you mean?
You named the shower hole Dick.
Oh, come on.
I'm kidding, but come on, guys.
I mean, at least they had a sense of humor.
I know. I'm playing, obviously.
So basically, actually, this is why. It says that they thought that it would be the best one. They decided that this hut would not be suspected as a tunnel site because of where it was. Dick was abandoned, however, for escape purposes because the area where it would have surfaced was cleared for camp expansion. So Dick was then used to store dirt, supplies, and used as a workshop.
Nice.
So
Underground workshop.
yeah.
Man, it's crazy, like, human ingenuity.
Oh, yeah.
I would have
Testament.
I would have never thought to. First of
I
all,
think the funniest thing is that whenever you put people in, even no matter how many things you give people, you can trap people in a prison and say you can do sports. Here's crap for gardening. Here's stuff for, like again, like
It's
all the things you need.
That.
And it's like, it's funny, but like you give people maybe 1 month of that, they're gonna be tired of sports. Gardening's gonna be boring, or they're gonna be the best damn gardeners in the world.
Yeah.
They're gonna get cabin fever.
More.
So they're gonna learn how to use their hands as claws and dig their way out.
Yep.
They're gonna
But,
use
they
spoons
regress
to dig,
mole
and so
people.
it's just like we'll find our way out. And it's just funny that like with nothing, even if like I don't know how I could dig a tunnel or have structural supports,
and that's
if I was put in that
exactly.
situation, I know I'd figure that shit out.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Like,
And
I know.
that's the thing that like surprised me is like you tell me right now to dig. How far did he say? He said he wanted to dig the whole
No, it's
3 feet.
30 feet down, like 150 across.
30 feet down.
Oh, yeah.
You understand how hard it is to dig a 6 feet hole
Yeah.
with an actual shovel and not a damn spoon?
That's that. First of all, it's terrifying because again, I don't like being. It's not
dirt.
that I don't think I have claustrophobia per se. I mean, I guess I have some minor form of it. It's if my arms get trapped, and I can't I can't move my arms kind of freely in like certain tight spaces like that is where I can start to have a panic. But it's not like I don't know. I've never been in that situation before where I'm like in a 2 foot by 2 foot hole. And
I don't like
sliding
dirt.
down. Yeah,
That's
Really?
I straight up
yeah,
flat
no.
flat
There's
don't
this,
like dirt. Sorry, keep going.
There was this closet that
Oh god.
was in the old house
Yeah.
in the hall bathroom. Scariest part of the house for me, at least, besides like one corner of the living room and the game room.
Yeah.
For various reasons that I won't go into.
Yeah. Well, I think we've been over it before.
Oh, yeah. But this closet has a very, very small compartment, like with a shelf, like down, I want to say it was in the floor.
Recipe for disaster.
And at one point, me and my sisters were playing a bit of hide and seek.
Oh God.
And
They
I
didn't
chose-
see good enough.
yeah, I chose that spot, and they didn't find me for more than a few minutes,
Yeah.
and it started freaking me out.
Damn.
Of course, I didn't think anything of it at the time because it was like, I'm hiding, I'm playing hide and seek.
Yeah.
But after a while,
You got stuck.
no, I didn't get stuck. I
It was just a small confined space. Probably.
yeah, the door was closed. It was dark.
It was kind of messing with your head, probably.
Yeah,
Yeah, but so for me, it's like, again, if I was to, first of all, 30 feet seems unfathomable.
yeah.
30 feet, like I said, I have dug a trench that was probably 4 feet deep, and I was like, that was some work.
Oh yeah.
30.
And I believe, like, I've even been in a hole that was like probably 6 or 7 foot deep.
I've
And I was like-
I've had to plant banana trees in holes that were at or well over 6 feet deep, and I can tell you that doing that multiple times in one day made me want to die.
Oof.
And so
It's also worth mentioning that it kind of, actually, it was a very good interpretation of what it would have been like to be in a POW camp, because I was also doing it in the heat in Nepal,
Yes.
and I was doing it with tools like a dull shovel, not even a good shovel, like a dull
a
one,
real bad one.
and and I
Lousy spade from Uncle Joe's
but
garage.
the difference is I wasn't limited width wise. They actually wanted us to have more width, so the tunnel could fit 2 humans side by side in it. And the thing with these is these are like 1 square foot
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
across,
Shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah, right. And you just can barely cram 1 human in there, and that's what's kind of difficult for me to figure out. Is like, man,
And again, that's what I'm talking about. Is like, not only that, it's like
I
you
need to
can
get
dig,
some width if I'm going to get some depth,
and you're talking about 30 feet. It's like, how do you even get dirt out of there? I mean, I
Socks,
also
apparently.
yes, apparently. And it's also like once you get that far deep underground, it's like I also don't know what it's like, what the oxygen level's like. I know they have like
They
pumps or
made
whatever,
that freaking jerry-rigged air pump.
but it's also like
Blam! So that was a thunder again.
I don't know. It just it kind of weirds me out.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like you said, you get yourself in a place where you got to get out.
There's no 3 years. Half those people had been there. They said, like, man,
It's crazy.
at this point they've escaped 17 times. They're experts at tunneling out of places, and that's why that's kind of cool.
Man, 17 times.
Oh, yeah.
That man's dug 17 tunnels.
That's nuts.
Chad.
I mean, I guess you're right. You do get to be a professional after
Right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
10 or 15 of them.
Absolutely no more fear, except for the fear of a tunnel again, because comically it caught up with you.
Damn.
But yeah, it was. I really liked this movie though. I thought it was really good.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Well
what
worth the recommendation.
exactly. No, it's if you look it up, you
Thank
can see
Metal
it.
Gear.
It's regarded as like one of the top movies. So you said, Dylan, this was your first time watching it too?
Yes.
I'm actually impressed. Like, this is the first time that our resident movie expert has not seen the movie.
Please.
Listen, that doesn't mean that
not
you. That,
fucking call me that.
that doesn't mean that he's actually an expert. That means that he's our resident expert.
Yes,
Because
in this
compared to me, when someone's like, "Have you seen?" I say, "Shut up." They're like,
Just
"Hey,
stop.
hey, have you seen?"
Just
No.
stop.
Have you ever heard of? No. If you're gonna,
Hey, man,
if it's
you gotta watch this.
no, it's probably not gonna happen.
And
Just-
look at you now.
I mean, I'm
bending to my will
I'm
years
still-
later.
not even
Whoa, whoa.
not even close, baby.
Fuck you.
Like, no, man. Like, I'm catching up at least. I've watched Fight Club. I've got
Oh,
that
yeah.
going for me. I love that.
That was a milestone.
That was a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
I was
that
told
was a
to watch
trippy
that
movie.
one
Oh, yeah.
8,000 times. So I'm happy that I finally got to. So I just put a rubber band on my mic for no reason.
We're
Just make-
Ethan's in the talks of possibly leaving the house,
Oh yeah, moving out.
Mm-hmm.
moving out, baby.
Looking for a new place because I'm just absolutely rolling in the dough right now.
Yeah.
I'm just big pimping.
Yep.
Nice.
Why don't you slow down the next time you slap me with the fat stacks of cash? All right.
Yeah,
Please.
next time oh god, I think the rubber band's stuck. Next time I bring in my stacks, I won't throw them on the desk and break your desk with
Nearly
how
as
much
hard
just
next time.
girth and weight
Oh my
there is in
God,
the
stop.
stacks, and have to buy you a new desk, which
Dext.
desk,
Desk.
which luckily for the amount of
Dexterity.
stacks that I broke your
Yeah.
desk with, it covered the
Yes.
cost of the desk.
Not only that, I also make so much money I don't have to speak proper English.
That was the
no, I
transaction.
make words up as I go along. That's basically how.
Whenever you're rich, you trade in your ability to speak clearly
Oh, yeah.
and
Or
not
comprehend.
break things with your fat.
No, that's
girthy
100%
stacks.
how rappers work.
I guess you're right.
When
Mumble
you,
rappers.
when
at
you
least.
become a famous rapper, you don't have to learn how to speak, and you just start mumbling crap, and you just make enough money to just have diamonds on your neck,
Mm-hmm.
and just
All the time.
that's it. So like, honestly,
Just put
yeah.
more diamonds in my teeth, please.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm gonna do like that one rapper, did,
Bedazzle
and I'm
my
gonna
grill.
actually bedazzle my forehead with a diamond.
What?
Like a huge. I'll have to look it up. There's a rapper who actually like has a diamond implant on his forehead
Why?
because he could.
Because I can.
Because he's just that rich. And he looks like Vision from freaking. He
No
looks like
frickin' way.
He looks like a stupid version of Vision. I'm sorry.
You mean
I'm sorry if
Vishal?
that's a roast, but I hate you for that one. I'm
There's
sorry if that's a roast, but like I'm just saying this dude looks like a dumb version of Vision from the Marvel. Like
From the Marvel.
There was
Well,
a-
I didn't mean to say the, but still.
No,
like-
it's
There's
funny.
there was a TikTok thing I saw, and it was like, there's like the hood Vision. His name was Vishal, and he was like,
I can't-
Vishal.
yeah, stepdad Vishal
my
coming in,
God.
and I was like, oh my God, please.
Yeah, and then just like Big Hooch had the diamond eye implant.
Big Hooch.
You guys know Big Hooch.
No,
He's the
I-
one who did She
Oh
Nasty.
yes, I do know that
I
one.
said,
nasty.
that bit nasty. Is that guy? Yeah. He had
He has an eye implant.
he had like a diamond implanted in one of his eyes. I think he
What?
already couldn't see out of the eye or something, so he was just like whatever, had a diamond eye. I'll look it up. Big Hooch diamond
That's
eye.
amazing.
Oh my God, dude.
Big Hooch diamond eye.
While Ethan is looking up this very, very critical information,
Yes.
what's next on the agenda? What we got planned?
Oh golly. I got no fucking clue.
Do you have the stacks of movies down there still?
The stacks is currently in my room.
Ah, darn it.
That's okay. We got all sorts of stuff in there.
Yep.
Perhaps
see. Maybe if I
planes,
just look up-
trains, and automobiles.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Interesting.
I can't find it. Was it not Big Hooch? Was it somebody else? Might not have been the Hooch. But yeah, no, it's not Big Hooch. I think it's someone else. Someone look it up. But,
Small Hooch.
Yeah, it's little. It's
It's Lee Hooch.
Lil Hooch.
Well, here's rapper with the diamond on the forehead. It's Lil Uzi Vert.
No way.
Yeah, here's a picture of him looking like freaking Vision.
Why?
My goodness.
It's like a pink diamond too. Yeah,
Why would you do that?
Hey, here, I'll show you a picture too. Wait, here's
Oh,
there's a
man.
closer up shot here that you can see the.
Is it a real diamond or is it fake? 'Cause that's funny if it'd be fake.
No, it's real. He said he really went and did it 24 mil on his head.
24 million?
Oh my
It's a big
God.
diamond, dude.
What? It looks
Jesus.
disgusting.
It's like implanted in his head. It looks. I mean,
Damn, dude.
yeah, it's just.
I'm
Gross.
just wondering who he got to do that for him.
Oh, I don't know, man. It's just at that point, it doesn't matter who he got to free.
Guess you're right.
Yeah, right. When you have that much money, you could just get anybody to do it. Who was it?
Just found one of his bros and
Here,
David
show
Not-
this
oh,
diamond.
sorry,
right
it's
here.
not. It's not. It's Mr. Big. That's it.
Mr.
Here.
Big.
The last Mr. Big. Here, it's his right eye.
What?
Yeah, he's not rapping anymore. He put his pistols up, like he said in the
Dude.
song.
He put his
That's
pistols up.
badass.
He said, now that you're out of, they said in like the song where it's called Long Hair, and they're like, what are you gonna do now that you're out of prison? He said, well, now I'm gonna put my pistols up, I'm gonna let my hair down, and I'm gonna do something else. I forgot, but. And then the whole you got long hair.
Engage in a different activity.
Yeah, right. Long hair, got a pocket full of stone. So yeah, that's it. People got diamonds in play. When you got that much money, you don't have to learn how to speak anymore. You don't gotta care. You can just start putting diamonds in your face. Whatever.
The
man.
part that frustrates me about the whole diamond in his head is that it's not centered.
That's the best part.
That's the. I mean,
He
that's
probably
the
got
best.
one of his homies to do it who doesn't know how to like measure twice, cut once, and it's offset. Measure twice, implant once, man. They like
Yeah, it was hold to the forehead once, smash with a hammer
right.
once.
Like it's just that's not how it's implanted. It actually has holders. There's hooks implanted that the diamond's hooked into.
Oh, please. No. I
Yeah.
hate it.
So I'm just saying it might not be centered because
I'd only be okay with it if he could fire lasers.
he can't. He's not
He
actually.
most
vision. He just
certainly-
looks like
I,
a bad
for a
version
split
of vision.
second, thought you said he could.
He can.
He can.
Most certainly can.
He can. He actually is a bad version of vision. The lasers
Oh
aren't
my
as
God.
good though. So
That's
Freaking
nuts, dude.
Bijan.
I hate
Vishon.
I hate that so much. But yeah, so it's ridiculous. It's so dumb that someone could put 24 mil on their forehead. And it's like
That's amazing.
if you want to rob this guy, just like bonk him in the head.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, see somebody did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The problem is if you want to rob this guy, you don't even got to take his wallet. You just bonk him in the head and take his face diamond, and you got 24 milli. You know, like my parents always told me, like, don't have too much money in your wallet, you know, because just in
Don't
case you
put
lose
your
it.
diamond on your forehead.
Right.
For everyone to take.
This dude's like, nah, man, I'm gonna put 24 mil on my forehead.
That's ridiculous.
One good bonk and you just lost 24 milli, bro. Not like you care. I mean, you're freaking rich as all hell. When asked
One
why he
good
did it, he said
bonk.
because he could. I'm pretty sure. Like,
That's amazing. That's the proper response.
it's a publicity stunt. And,
Of
and, you know,
course.
it worked. He looks like Vision.
Oh man.
So
Anyway.
that being said, I hope he is able to break out of a POW camp if that's the way it goes. What a segue.
He could do it.
I'm pretty sure he could. He could use the diamond on his head to, I don't know.
Bribe the guards.
Actually, no, they could take, because obviously the diamond would be taken out by the guards, right? But he
Right.
could use the hooks on his forehead to hang a light or something. Or something.
Easy vision for the tunnel.
Yeah, right. He would be an actual mole. He'd have a light on his forehead like having a mining helmet.
First generation warlock.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, man. So maybe he would have a lot of utility for his forehead hooks. Oh,
So
man.
fucking stupid.
It's amazing.
Oh, it's the best.
I promise you guys, if I ever get that much money, I will implant a diamond in my forehead.
do it in like your hand.
You know what?
Freaking
No.
hand diamond.
No, I've said this 1,000 times. The closer needles get to my extremities, the more I don't like it. All right?
Oh, yeah, that's
You,
fair.
you poke my finger, you're poking my wrist, don't like it. You can go way up here, you can give me a shot in my shoulder, you can do the AC, fine. I don't want IV needles down further. If we're going to start doing needles and crap on me, we'll go higher up to the shoulder and stuff.
Have
I'll
you
put a
seen
diamond
those-
in my shoulder.
Have you seen those NFT like implants?
What's
those-
NFT?
They have it in like their thumb.
Oh, yeah, you put it in
or,
your
like,
thumb. I know what that is.
They
yeah.
put it in their hand, and it's like you can. It's like a lot of things use NFT.
It's a mini computer, basically. Sort of
yeah,
thing.
and you can basically
Oh.
program it to put whatever you want into it, and it's like the first generation of technological implants, apparently.
Really?
So, like, you know how your card,
Oh shit!
you know how
man.
your card has
We're
like,
going down the Ghost in the Shell timeline.
you know how your
Yes.
card has NFT tap. You
Mhm.
can just like tap it and it pays for things. You can
Yeah.
program like
People use it
mini
for
computer to have like your thing.
Oh,
So you can walk up to like the store, like to Starbucks, for instance, order you a coffee, and then just hold your hand in front of the thing, and it's gonna go beep beep beep.
oh, hello,
and
you.
Apparently,
Exactly.
it looks big and bad. Apparently, it doesn't even hurt that much.
It looks awful.
Mm-hmm.
It gets put in there with like a freaking, looks like a 10-gauge needle. And then
It's definitely more than a 14, which is the biggest we have on the truck.
it looks
and
like an actual straw from McDonald's.
it's-
Oh my god.
It gets put in there with this huge thing, and it's also basically a regular sized pill, is what it is.
Yeah,
and
just
it
gets
goes
jammed
in your
there.
hand, and it just gets you just basically put it in there. But apparently, it is a painful like sensation because of where it's at in your thumb and
Yes.
everything.
Mhm.
It's just like a pressure, and you're like and then it's over because once it's in, they take the needle out and you're done. Yeah, right. So you're like and then what you could do is with the back of your hand, you can use it as a scanner. So people will use it and they'll program in like their key card and stuff, and they'll scan to open doors to facilities.
Well,
And so the guy who was showing it off in the video I was watching was like, yeah, so whenever I steal information from cards to break into facilities, because he does penetration testing for facilities, he's
Yes.
like, I steal information on cards, I program it into my hand, and I just walk up to doors, I just scan my hand and I open their doors. And I was like, that's not sus at all.
No. You want to
So-
talk about look like an actual Jedi? Just wave your hand in front of a keypad and it
Right,
works.
yeah. I actually want to do it because then at the hospital, with how often I just wave my hands around for these things, I just want to walk up to one I'm in and just be like, don't worry, I got it. And wait till somebody notices that I'm not pushing the buttons. I'm not using a card. I'm just moving my hand and see how long it takes till someone comments on it. But also, I don't want a cybernetic implant.
No, I think I'm good.
I'm going to hard pass.
I'm all about.
Removing it's the hard part, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. I just want to get to a point where
No.
I can fully transfer my brain
No.
into like some nice head case
Oh my God.
and get a shut your fucking mouth.
I'm saying, oh my God, because you're going to turn into an actual evil demon.
I'm not gonna turn
Overlord.
into a fucking demon. I want a badass fucking fully cyberized body, and I want to get my own
It's-
Tachikoma.
It's
You're
a-
seeking immortality.
It's not immortality. I still require maintenance.
Dylan is want to go the GLaDOS route.
Yeah, Dylan's going to be GLaDOS.
No,
Boy-
I do
boy
not want to be a
GLaDOS.
supercomputer. I do not want to be a computer.
Ian's gonna be Dylan's gonna be boy GLaDOS, BLaDOS.
GLaDOS.
No.
From now on, Dylan, I'm gonna call
Oh,
you
God.
BLaDOS.
No, don't.
That's your nickname in high
I'm
school.
not charismatic enough.
What's up, BLaDOS?
I don't malfunction either. Shut up.
Oh, everyone malfunctions.
Potato computer.
Oh yeah. Also, there's a scene in the movie where they
Spit
use
my tea
potatoes.
everywhere.
Oh yeah, they
They
use
use
potatoes.
potatoes to make moonshine, and they all get crunk on the 4th of July.
Yeah.
that was
And
fun.
they roast the Englishmen because they're from America, and they're
Down with
like,
the British.
"Hey, down with the British," and they're like, "All right," and they
up to the rebels.
yeah, and they say like up to the rebels, and then they all chuckle and give them the alcohol, and of course, all those filthy Brits were like, "Man, this moonshine's too strong," and all the Americans were like, "Hell yeah, turn up!" I was like, they can't handle our strong liquor.
Dude.
All roasts aside, that it was a
This
pretty
movie
fucking
was like
scene.
just long enough that it makes you forget how much is actually in it.
Yeah, no, it was so long, but I really liked the length. I thought it was good.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Really glad we watched it.
It's still thundering.
Well,
down
if you guys are looking for a awesome like old 50s 60s war movie,
I almost hit myself in the face with my mic.
maybe be careful now. Dang. Definitely watch The Greatest Escape.
The greatest.
Or is it The Great Escape?
The
Either
Great
way,
Escape.
it is the
Okay.
greatest anyway. It's
Yeah, one of
You
the-
know, one of the greatest
it's
escapes.
the coolest. Yeah.
The big Get Out.
Yep.
the
heck-
large evacuation.
I was
The
gonna say-
large
I was
evacuation.
gonna say
plan.
the heckin' large bye bye was gonna be mine.
Heckin' large bye bye.
Oh my gosh.
So
Well,
The big McLarge huge.
yes.
Yep.
Okay, bye.
I think all three of us took a breath like we were gonna say something and waited for the other one to say something.
Yes,
there.
you're
And we're all like, "Yep."
We
yeah,
all of our thoughts synchronized at the same time, and we
Yeah,
all just stopped.
Like,
And
now
all-
is the time.
well, every last one of our thoughts was the same thing from out there, and it was Forg.
Yep.
We're all thinking about frogs.
Forg.
Forg.
Dylan,
Dexterity.
Dexterity.
Dylan and I were talking last week about how he was joking around about how he
Our band
loves
is gone.
saying words or
Like
spelled
Cheems?
That
spelling
too,
words
yeah.
incorrectly.
Yeah.
And I was saying that I watched a video, and
Like
it was
dexterity.
it was yes, exactly. It was the bass player was talking about his drummer that had sent him the recordings, and he just finished listening to it, and it sounded really great, of course. And he turns and looks at the camera, like
Deadpan.
just deadpan, like nothing else, and says, "Damn, that guy Durm good." DRUM. Or I'm sorry, DURM. Yeah,
Fucking Durm.
Durm.
Derms.
I'm gonna beat the Durms.
I'm gonna get a Cheems meme. It's just a picture of a drummer with the Cheems head, and it just says Derms. I'll figure out how to make it funny.
Durms.
Man, that guy Derm good.
Yeah,
Funny
that was
word.
so good.
So, yeah.
Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. I'm glad we had a nice little full podcast of all of our guys back at it again.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
welcome. Hope you enjoyed
I'll do the
it.
actual one. All right.
Yowza.
I joined that one.
But anyways, if you guys are looking for us, we have Linktree /Ian Wolf. You can also find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, all that kind of stuff.
Spoofy.
We're the Aftermath. But yeah.
Yep. You can follow me on Instagram. I have weightlifting stuff on there now.
Ooh,
go.
look at this guy go.
Not much because I don't have big enough weights yet to put anything on. But still.
You can follow me on Instagram too. I don't have anything on there, but you can if you want to.
You
Nice.
should post something, you nerd.
You should post something.
I know what to post.
Just a picture.
You have so many cool models and things you
Right?
just got.
Yeah,
Put-
but I mean that
No,
doesn't
here's what
seem
you need to
like
start. No, here's what you start doing. You need to start from every single new model you make. You need to time it. Like start a timer, and every time you do it, figure out exactly how long it takes to build the model, and then post it with an actual time of how long. Speed run your models.
Speed run your models?
Say
It's not a very speed runnable
That's
process.
not the point. That's not the point. The point is, then you put on there and you're like, this one took me 6 hours and 53 minutes. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And just put in like why you got the
10
model.
out of 10 score would build again.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
10
So
would
it's not a
build again.
speed run. It's just like this is how long this one took me. And then
I
it's
don't know,
like
man.
it's a
Like,
labor of love, and you put it on Instagram.
I see all the other shit that people do with these things, and I just feel like mine aren't really worth sharing.
Or you could heck and shut up and post on Instagram.
I'm just talking about, you also
Alright,
have a
fucking
collection.
whatever, I'll do it.
You have also collections of other things too. You got a really nice big fiery Godzilla that's really cool.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
saying.
It looks like he's tooting fire though.
Limited production.
There's a Godzilla holding a baby in there. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
of course.
Dadzilla.
Mardi Gras Dadzilla.
Mardi Gras Dadzilla.
Oh my God.
Way to end this podcast.
Yes.
It's going south.
Anyways, thank you guys. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, bye.
Thanks everyone for listening. We all really appreciate it. Tune in next week for another amazing episode.
See you.
Yeah, bye.
Bye bye.